Chelsea coming out again, and of course their history over this last season has shown that so much of their best work has come in the second half of the game. That was certainly the case in the last 3 rounds of the Cup against Crystal Palace, QPR and Watford. But Leeds are nothing if not professional to their fingertips, and this man particularly, Billy Bremner. Leeds, of course, have beaten Chelsea twice in the league this season. 2-0 at Leeds, 5-2 at Stamford Bridge. And Chelsea got their own back by winning in the League Cup. Eddie Gray, who really has given David Webb, the Chelsea number 2, a really tormenting first half, with some superb close control and acceleration in the right moments. And so it'll be Chelsea then to kick off this second half. Standing at 1-1. Ian Hutchinson, who will get the game away. And now it's Hollins. Hunter right back and Baldwin going on, and Cooper getting it away for Leeds. To Jones. Well, Jones has had 10 minutes of rest from Dempsey at his back the whole time, and that was Dempsey letting Jones know that he was there again. But in fact, Eric Jennings just going along to have a quiet word there with Dempsey. A good piece of refereeing there, not making any fuss about it, but getting his point home just the same. And it's Cooper then with the free kick for Leeds. Giles to flick it on, getting there a fraction before Hollins, but Dempsey again winning that battle in the air with Jones. Baldwin, good play, beating Cooper. And a flick on for Osgood. And he's got Hutchinson outside him. Houseman in the middle. And bad work there by Ian Hutchinson. He had a combination of a new Chelsea player there, Housegood. If you can find one that can combine the qualities of Peter Osgood and Peter Houseman, then you've got yourself a fair player. This is Ian Hutchinson, though. And Sprake now, with the sun coming out quite strongly and needing that hat. Hollins, Osgood, and Hunter. Jones. Got McCready and Dempsey watching him pretty closely. And now it's Lorimer. Madeley. To Gray. A first time flick on, and Clark getting his head to it first. Madeley, but the ball wouldn't bounce. But Madeley again. This time for Gray. 5 Chelsea defenders back, but it's still Gray, and Bonetti did very well there. That was a fine save by Bonetti. That's 3 great saves he's brought off today. And again, it's emphasising what a danger this fellow Eddie Gray can be to Chelsea. Giles and Webb. Delaying that clearance just a little bit. So it's Cooper with the throw. Hunter. Jones still trying to beat Dempsey, but Dempsey, a very good and physical player. Now Jack Charlton. And again Dempsey gets in there, hard from the back and too hard. Again for the liking of referee Eric Jennings. And another free kick then to Leeds. Dempsey and Jones having such a battle, and such a vital battle. And Giles now floating one there. Bonetti must go for it. Went with his fist because Clark and Jack Charlton were closing in. Lorimer and McCready getting in positively, but the throw given to Leeds. Giles always busy and making himself available. That was a little slack, that back heel there. But Hunter, Clark trying to get underneath it. Playing it now for Giles with a shot. Republic of Ireland international of long-standing, Johnny Giles. Superb, experienced player. Played here, of course, in 1963 for Manchester United when they beat Leicester. Hollins, a slack one. Thinking that it fell against Hunter's hand, but the referee said no, it fell against his chest, and so it's Jones to Bremner. A long one to look for Gray. What's he going to do this time? Webb backing away. Webb half thinking that he saw his chance, but it's still Eddie Gray. Now faced with Baldwin, and now Cooper. Hollins not getting it away very far. Webb following it out for Cook. Now Cook with acceleration, but he can't quite get past Madeley. He's got Houseman to help him, and Osgood in the middle. And Hutchinson too, getting his head to it. 2 years ago, playing in Southern League football with Cambridge United, and he cost Chelsea £5,000. And there really isn't a bigger hustler or a braver player in the First Division than this number 10, Ian Hutchinson. Lorimer to Jones. Another throw to Leeds. No, in fact, it's a free kick. For the foul on Mick Jones, although he's been beaten so often by Dempsey, Jones is still very active across that forward line. Lorimer with the kick, and a low and a hard one that looked for Clark. And Clark getting ahead to it, and so too does Dempsey. Madeley. And Gray, but missing his kick when most he wanted to strike it properly. Hutchinson. Cook. Losing it to a combination of Bremner and Cooper, and it's not surprising. Gray. Webb and Baldwin closing in every time Gray gets the ball. They need two men now to watch him, and it's Bremner. And Houseman getting to that one, but straight to Giles. Dempsey. And Osgood well back. McCready finding Houseman. And Hollins bursting through, but he won't get to it because that supreme cover at the back. Norman Hunter was there. Don Revie wanting someone to move a little further forward. Now Gray again. And again two Chelsea men to watch him. And again Gray goes on, and Webb, and then it's Harris who finally have to come away. And Gray causing enough confusion to get the corner for Leeds. Our experts had this slight doubt about Leeds, whether they had enough individual flair in their forward line. Well, Eddie Gray has had all the flair this afternoon that anybody could want, and now it's the corner. And the ball falling for Baldwin, getting caught there on the turf though. Still Tommy Baldwin. He's got to hold it because there's nobody really running into the right position. McCready going outside him, Houseman and Hollins inside him. Here's Hollins. It's a good dogged piece of work there by Baldwin. Hollins to Baldwin again. First time to Osgood. And now to Hutchinson. Still Hutchinson. Oh, and he almost turned that pass, and he might still do it. Baldwin trying it on the volley. Houseman again. Bremner taking him. Still Houseman. Finding Hutchinson. Oh, good work by Sprague. Oh, it's good. Off the line. Oh, what tremendous excitement. Wonderful covering by Leeds United, and disappointment on the Chelsea bench. And nothing like the disappointment there on the Chelsea side, I would have thought. And Gray has taken a knock, and Les Cocker comes on. The Prime Minister sitting back and enjoying it. Of course, he's had a good season, the Prime Minister, with Huddersfield having won promotion. Lord Harwood, and on his left, Brian Mears, the Chelsea chairman, or rather on his right, the left of our picture. Well, Hutchinson has taken his little bit of treatment from Harry Medhurst. Jimmy Hill.
Well, that was an amazing spectacle in that goal mouth, and I think it pointed the part that Ian Hutchinson plays in the Chelsea side, is tremendous bravery there, and the way in which when he gets the side of that goal, nothing stops him trying to get his shot in, and he did it very well. But it showed also the Leeds covering. If only Peter Osgood could get back to his normal game alongside Hutchinson, then I think that would turn the game for Chelsea.
Giles to Gray. Clark again being watched by Harris. Those two men at the back, Dempsey and Harris, have done a good job so far for Chelsea, but now it's Eddie Gray again. Webb almost mesmerised by him, and now it's Giles. And at the far side it's Lorimer getting it well. Jones! Good work by Benetti! And Bremner following it in. Wonderful goalkeeping again by Peter Benetti. Cook to Baldwin. Now Cooper. Cooper again. Oh, he beat Cook and Hutchinson there as though they didn't exist. Giles. Developing now into a really magnificent cup final, these sides so well balanced. So full of skill and running and flair as well. Rick Jones, watched by his shadow Dempsey. Giles. And Clark. And now Cook. Jack Charlton to Alan Clark. And now Giles. It's Peter Lorimer. Jones has gone again bravely or willingly down that touchline, and Dempsey faithfully has gone with him. Clark looking to get under this one. Clark again beating Harris completely in the air. But Benetti really is taking some beating this afternoon now. Alan Clark, he really got above Ronnie Harris. There's Harris with him. But now it's Osgood away for Chelsea. Flicked outside for Houseman. Going past Hunter. Good work by Houseman. Can Osgood close in on it? He can't. And it was Madeley finding Cooper. What a match this is turning out to be now. As Lorimer takes it up again for Leeds United. Now Paul Madeley. And Gray finding Giles. Still Giles, but far too high. What a game Benetti's had. There must have been 5 or 6 really world-class saves under pressure. And yet, curiously, you have this one soft goal against Chelsea, one soft goal against Leeds, and a score 1-1. Hutchinson flicking that nicely on for Baldwin. Baldwin there beating Cooper. Osgood screaming for the ball and finally getting it played nicely for Hollins. Cook at the far side, and Leeds are there in force. Giles supporting them, and Bremner. Again, good defensive work by Leeds United. Giles now to Gray. Jones. Even on the halfway line, he has Dempsey with him. Giles to Jones. Bremner. Played for Lorimer. Long cross there from Lorimer. Clark's going in on it. Bonetti too. Osgood. And a throw to Leeds United. Jones getting in first, can Clark get a foot to it? He finds Gray. Now Webb really must try and stop him. Gray across the face of that goal. And Gray continues to cause tremendous confusion and consternation in that Chelsea defence. David Webb there just behind him. Poor David Webb, he's really having it very hard this afternoon trying to check Eddie Gray, who's having a truly wonderful game for Leeds. Osgood and Jack Charlton to Billy Bremner. Oh, dummying Bremner superbly there. Houseman losing out. Osgood beating Gray. Cooper following it in. Tremendous spirit of adventure and aggression in Wembley this afternoon as Gray takes it up again now for Leeds United. Webb wondering which way he's going. Lorimer stopped by Dempsey, and as well that he did. Houseman measuring the pass to find Hutchinson. Play on, says the referee, and Clark is quite happy to do it. Jones going for it, Dempsey going with him. Dempsey and Webb between them in danger of upsetting each other. Now Cooper. Oh, Cooper now doing a Gray. Jones brought down. Play on, says the referee. Not for one moment would he consider a penalty there. And it's a throw to Chelsea.
Well, without any doubt now, Leeds are looking the great side that they've proven themselves to be by their results over the past few years. They're really in command, and Chelsea are looking like boxers, all of them just about to go down for the count.
And now, of course, it'll be more pressure on Chelsea as Leeds pump another free kick towards Bonetti, who's been brilliant. There's Bonetti waiting for it. There's Jack Charlton planting it towards him, and Bonetti gathers it again. Hollins to David Webb. Baldwin couldn't quite jump to it, and so it's Hunter to Madeley. "18 minutes of the second half gone and still 1-1. Cooper working well there with Eddie Gray. Good play by Leeds. Cooper. And Dempsey sticking that long leg of his out at exactly the right move, but a corner then to Leeds. Keeping up this pressure on Chelsea. As Jimmy Hill said, still looking the better side, Leeds United, and Jack Charlton's gone right up there to make life that much more difficult for this fellow Peter Bonetti. There's Lorimer's corner, Jack Charlton trying to get to it, Jones trying to get to it. Chelsea claiming that there was a fair bit of pushing on Bonetti. But referee Jennings say a corner now on the other side, which Eddie Gray is going to take for Leeds. Jack Charlton staying up. There's the position right from the goal line there, with Jack Charlton right ahead of Peter Bonetti. And Clark, Bremner, Jones are all poised there as well. Bonetti losing out on it, Webb to nod it away. Jones, good play by Mick Jones. Turn back again, and it's Osgood right back to get it away. Hunter. Giles. Jones and Clark between them getting it. Jack Charlton and a cannon off Osgood for another corner. Leeds now really dominating the second half. Jack Charlton right there again. Eddie McCready at the near post. Here comes the corner. And Bonetti this time punching it away. The first time he's really tried to punch it away, and it succeeded for him. Slack pass there that might have given Chelsea a bit of a breather, but in fact it's Leeds through Cooper. Gray to Lorimer. And Webb letting that one go through to Peter Bonetti. Osgood, too slow, much too slow, and so it's Hunter. Jones. Hunter again. And Giles to turn another of those long ones in to look towards Clark, and now it comes through to Gray. And now to Cooper! And still the comradeship of professionals there, Webb and Cooper. Terry Cooper, of course, who scored in a cup final at Wembley, the goal that won the League Cup for Leeds against Arsenal 2 years ago. And the ball was over for a throw. Well, Dave Sexton's another of these managers who never shows his feelings, but I would think he must be a little perturbed by the amount of pressure that Leeds are putting on his side, and the fact that Chelsea so far don't seem to be able to get the sparkle that has brought them to Wembley. Now it's Gray again to torment them some more. Play on, says the referee, and Harris comes away with it for Chelsea. Baldwin to Hutchinson. But the white shirts are coming back thick and fast. Baldwin gets it across, and Jack Charlton right back there to get a foot to it. But Baldwin again. And now Cooper. Played coolly there for Giles. Clark to Giles. Gray. Tormenting Webb some more. Still Eddie Gray. And now nicely there for Lorimer with a shot! A yard or so lower, and Peter Bonetti would really have had to have been at his best to have kept that one out. But how brilliantly that was set up for Lorimer by Eddie Gray. That's Lorimer. And again a Chelsea header this time goes to the wrong man, and sandwiched there on Cooper by Baldwin and Hutchinson. Billy Bremner then to float the free kick. Jack Charlton's gone up again. Oh, and McCready getting in Webb's way, and so it's Gray. Now for Lorimer to burst another one. And Clark to head it. Bonetti under pressure again, away with his fists. Giles to put it in, Webb away. And now Cook. Just over 20 minutes to go, and somebody is down injured in that Chelsea penalty area. It's Mick Jones. Houseman to Hollins. He really does seem to be out cold, but the game goes on. And now Baldwin couldn't quite get that one. In fact, it just flicked the top of Cooper's head. Houseman going in, and Oscar too, and Sprague. And finally the whistle's gone for Jones to get a little bit of treatment. He's walking off the pitch, and if he walks off the pitch, then the referee has no option but to get on with the game, which was good and sporting by Mick Jones. That's for sure.
Whatever he says, I don't think Chelsea want to play on. They're sitting on the ball and want to rest. And that, I think, is significant about the pitch today. I think it's been a wonderful game on the ground, but it's obviously taking its toll of the players, and it is affecting them, slowing down the pace here and there. But I must agree with you, Brian, and pay tribute to a wonderful game by Eddie Gray. And I'm wondering whether the fact that he hasn't been in the first team for every match this season isn't to his advantage as the season draws to its close. He may have a little left rather than anybody else. His football's absolutely superb. He's got class and all the football skills, and it's really a pleasure to see him play on a day like this.
Well, Lorimer in a little bit of trouble. That's really why we've been held up. And Harry Medhurst, the Chelsea trainer's come on to see him. Eddie McCready prepared to take a rest. Of course, they've had 100 tons of sand on this pitch. And the players were saying when they inspected it, when you step on it, you sink in a few inches. And as the game goes on, of course, it's all down to stamina. Well, both Mick Jones and Peter Lorimer are all right again. Giles from that situation, and now it's Gray again, as Jimmy Hill said, having a really tremendous game. Webb again trying to stop him, and Gray flicking it almost nonchalantly outside him. Cooper coming up again. Noticeable that Baldwin's right back there again. Now Cooper to turn it in. Clark trying to get ahead to it, and this time it comes through to Giles, who is always waiting there for something to fall his way on the edge of the penalty area. Johnny Giles quietly getting through a very good game indeed for Leeds, with some good accurate crosses into a crowded penalty area. Giles. So Peter Bonetti then with this goal kick for Chelsea. Jones. Jones again. Finding Gray. And Leeds sensibly playing as much as they possibly can to Gray. Webb and Baldwin there. Finding Jones. Gray again, looking for Clark. Bit of a scramble going on there. Play on, says the referee. And finally it comes through to Cook. Now he's got Hutchinson along the left. Here's Hutchinson with Charlton closing in on him. And again, Chelsea unable to find any sort of rhythm at all. Just over a quarter of an hour now to go. Harrison hard on Clark from the back, and the free kick has been given. And it'll probably be Giles who There's the score as we stand, with something like 17 minutes to go then. And Lorimer to take the free kick for Leeds United. Bonetti, superb judgment again in goal. Finding Cook. Harris. And Madeley beating Osgood. Well, he's not really having the day that he would have wanted to have had, Peter Osgood, with 28 goals behind him this season. Now it's Houseman, scorer of the Chelsea goal, 1-1. Webb and Cook to Houseman. Cook is going outside, and that gives Houseman just a little bit of room there. Baldwin trying to flick it on, almost getting it in! Sprague very late indeed going on that one. That's so very nearly crept in. Cooper now for Leeds. A few thousand Leeds United hearts stop there without any doubt. Billy Bremner. And how grossly unfair it would have been if Chelsea had gone ahead there after all the good work that Leeds have done, but it's still 1-1. Gray past one, past two, Eddie Gray. And Hollins getting in, and Harris finally putting it away. Lorimer. Clark trying to get underneath it, Bonetti. And now Houseman. Hutchinson. Cooper. And Hutchinson beating Cooper, but has he got the stamina or the speed? Houseman to Hollins. And now McCready. Osgood flicking it on, and Hutchinson was ready to pounce, but it wouldn't come to him. Instead it's Giles to Clark, and now to Gray. What a good ball. Not only is he dribbling past players, but he's really playing some good, long, sweet balls as well, is Gray. And now Bremner to take it up once more for Leeds United, playing it wide for Lorimer. Jones and Clark, that twin spearhead in the middle. Jones getting up, and Hollins to get it away. Got up well there, Mick Jones. But Gray. Now Cook to Hollins, to Cook again. Both men determined to get that ball, and finally it's Cook, and now Hollins to Osgood. But the covering again is good for Leeds. But a throw to Chelsea. Hollins with it, who throws quite a long one himself, although he isn't a very big fella. And that's aimed towards Hutchinson. And he won't stop it going for a goal kick.
Slight sign of tiredness there, the way Hutchinson lifted his foot for that ball, getting near the end of the game, but he's had a wonderful afternoon and he's fought very bravely all the while against this Leeds defence.
Yes, there was such a question mark against the stamina of Leeds United after their tremendous season, something like 60 games, but in fact all the way through they've looked the sharper side. Baldwin, but it's still 1-1 of course. Osgood trying to play it far too delicately, I would have thought, on this sort of pitch. Lorimer. "12 minutes to go. Jones to Clark. And Lorimer not dummying McCready so much as himself and letting the ball go into touch for a throw then to Chelsea. press, and Bremner getting into a tangle there, but Clark bringing it away. The referee deciding that the play should go on. Dempsey, but only as far as Giles. And now to Gray, the real scourge of Chelsea, and against the crossbar! And they didn't even get a corner for it. What a tremendous afternoon this man's having. Remember, he's not having much luck with crossbars. He hit the crossbar against Celtic, and now he's hit it against Chelsea. And here he is again. There can't be any doubt who the man of the match is, whatever the result. It's got to be Gray, and now Bonetti to take that one from Bremner. Hollins to Hutchinson, to Osgood, played wide towards Cook, and we haven't seen too much of Charlie Cook. Trying to play it there for Houseman. Peter Houseman! And a weak one there by Houseman. And Hutchinson behind him, obviously wanting the pass. Not at all happy with what Houseman did there. So Hutchinson then goes back to challenge Lorimer. Now 10 minutes to go. Lorimer slipping everybody on the right, but I don't think he'll keep it in. And so a throw to Chelsea. Clark. And Webb. And Osgood to Baldwin. And Cooper to bring it away for Leeds United. Eddie Gray. Cook can't stop him. Bremner played nicely there for Cooper. Will he drive one? And now Hollins playing it for safety, but finding Baldwin, who took that well on his body. He's not at all a bad game, Tommy Baldwin. Now Hollins to Houseman, who has just lacked that yard in pace, I think, more than anything else in the middle of the field to do something really decisive. Now it's Hollins. Leeds have had so much of this second half. Cook played there for Baldwin, but Hunter getting in first. I remember on our cup final programme last year, Malcolm Allison described these last 10 minutes as the period of fear when nobody wants to make a mistake. And that's the period we've reached now. One mistake could well be enough. Madeley to Giles. Lorimer faithfully outside him, and McCready has got to go. Giles free again. First time and a good ball towards Clark. And the fleeting chances that are coming into this second half are all coming at the Chelsea end of the field. Chelsea themselves really haven't made a chance this second half, although they very nearly scored that goal when Sprague was laid down on one. Here's Bonetti again with the goal kick. Hutchinson as brave and as bold as ever, finding Cook. Hollins to Baldwin. That's one aimed towards Osgood, but Jack Charlton just ahead of him all the time. Lorimer to Giles. And now to Billy Bremner. There's a good run here by Giles as well. Got it in first time towards Clark. Against the post! How unlucky can you get? Jones! A goal! Nick Jones! 2-1! And Sprague is jumping for joy at the other end as well.
This was started by a superb ball from Billy Bremner that you see there, beautifully judged, a first time one over. They hit the post, and then you can see how cleverly there Lorimer holds off Dempsey to enable Jones to come in and take that shot.
So now the time really is running out for Chelsea. Just 6 minutes to go. And in all honesty, they've shown so little in this second half, which prompts very much hope amongst their supporters now. David Webb. And Hollins with the throw for Chelsea. Hutchinson to Webb. And now Chelsea really have got to plunge more men forward to try and put some pressure on Leeds. McCready. Bremner. They're certainly going to take some beating now, Leeds United. Madeley and Clark, but coming through to McCready. And now it's Cook. Hollins calling for it, and Hollins getting it. Harris. Signs now that Chelsea are coming forward in numbers a little more. Harris coming forward, and here's Osgood. But he can't shake off Charlton, and the free kick is given for Charlton obstructing Osgood. Yes, Don Revie looking at that watch. Every minute seeming like an hour to him, I would think. Hollins to curl it in again. Hutchinson! A goal by Ian Hutchinson! And Leeds United prostrate on the deck. Lorimer is down. Bremner is down. Jones is down. They are shattered by it. A superb goal by Ian Hutchinson.
Well, there it is, yet another goal from a free kick out there, without any doubt. And here it is, Hutchinson has had such a fine game, comes in and wins it beautifully on the near post, and Sprague had no chance with that one at all.
What a tremendous climax now, with a little over 2 minutes to go. Osgood with Houseman outside him. That's for Houseman. Hutchinson in the middle again. Hutchinson going in and almost turning it past Sprague. What a really remarkable comeback now by Chelsea. McCready long and hard back to Bonetti, and McCready is down injured. And Bonetti throwing the ball into touch to give the referee a chance to call on Harry Medhurst, the Chelsea trainer.
Well, I can't help refer to the fact that at this point of time the computer is dead right, and if we're going to believe it up to now, it says that the winning goal is going to be scored in extra time by Leeds without any doubt. It's been a wonderful game, a simply superb game here, with the atmosphere building up, brave play on both sides. I feel that because Chelsea got down for the first time, they really made up their minds to come out and attack then, and immediately were rewarded with that goal. And it was fittingly scored by Ian Hutchinson, who's had a very good game indeed for Chelsea. I wouldn't put him ahead of Peter Bonetti, but on the other hand, of the out players, I think he's fought as bravely as anybody, and compares with Eddie Gray, who without any doubt is the man of the match and the man of the Leeds side. But really, the man of the match is yet to come. Who is going to score the winning goal, and how is it going to be made? I wouldn't like to predict it at this moment with all the computers in the world.
Well, I think it certainly looks, Jimmy, odds on extra time now, with so little time left. Gray to take it up for Leeds. Clark. Harris clattering in behind him again. Gray Not given enough time this time by a more determined looking Chelsea as Cook brings it away for them. And Cook keeping it as well. Webb. Oh, straight to Bremner. Chelsea for the moment not outnumbered, but 4 against 4 as Bremner goes in, and good play there by McCready. Tommy Baldwin taken by Charlton, and a free kick. Baldwin was really brought down there by Jack Charlton, and now with something like a minute plus injury time to go, it looks very much as though we're going into extra time, and not once in the 47 years of history at Wembley of cup finals has the match failed to be decided at Wembley. If there is a replay, it'll be at Old Trafford on April the 29th. But with so much going on this pitch, it's very premature indeed to start talking about replays. In fact, we are now in injury time. McCready, a rather tired one, but Hutchinson to flick it on Bremner, and Dempsey was right up there too. Gray. Now Hunter. Webb. Chelsea feeling that the pendulum may have swung there a little bit, away there a little bit, making every second count now in injury time. Cook to turn it across and get a corner. Eric Jennings looking hard at his watch. The linesman signalled that the time is up. Cook with a corner. Webb right up and Dempsey right up. And now it's coming to Houseman with a shot! And a goal kick to Leeds. Houseman the scorer of that first Chelsea goal. And we stand at 2-2 now. And there goes the whistle for the end of the 90 minutes. The manager's quickly coming on to give a word or two. Consolation, encouragement, tactical advice, whatever. And we face another 30 minutes.
There'll be an extra half an hour's play, 15 minutes each way, and the teams will change over.
There can be no credit really is too great for the way that Chelsea came back after being that 2-1 down with something like 6 minutes left. There's Ron Stewart standing up, the assistant manager at Chelsea, and I think that's probably Eddie McCready, I don't know, but trying to get a bit of cramp out of his legs, I would think. But Chelsea so outplayed for so long, and then a goal down, and it's significant that on the Chelsea bench it looks as though Marvin Hinton might well be unzipping his tracksuit top to come onto the pitch. There's Marvin Hinton with Paddy Mulligan with him, another Chelsea reserve. And of course we shall be staying, obviously, for the whole of extra time. What else could we do after such a really mammoth match? One of the great Wembley Cup finals. So Hinton quite clearly is coming on. And in fact somebody is on that Chelsea bench. From this distance I can't quite see who it is. Sitting down there, we can just see his... It looks like Ronnie Harris, the skipper. Harris, the skipper, who had the hamstring, of course, and was doubtful right up until yesterday, is coming off, and I can assure you that he is one man who would be loath to leave a battle like this. But Chelsea are fortunate to have a substitute as qualified as Marvin Hinton, who played in their first team last Saturday against Spurs and played as well as anybody in their defence with some really superb defensive covering. Clark the number 8, Jack Charlton the number 5, and Don Revie, an instant teach in there. Not that Leeds have done many things wrong in this match. In all honesty, they really haven't had the breaks.